Hello Dinkim. Kakunu mitata unanokofuma. Happy New Year. How are you doing today? Are you excited? Are you happy? Let me know how you're feeling in the comment section. When you woke up this morning, how did you feel? Excited, tired, exhausted, depleted, anxious, happy, emotional? Let me hear how you felt when you woke up today to the new year in the comment section below. Okay? Just before we move on, let us pray. What's a new year without a little prayer? Abby? So let's pray. You go for some manyakanzu. Because that's how we do. So, onye nkem, ọ ga-adịrị ya mma. Fọma ka ị ga-afụ. Ụka ama afọ ya. Ise n'idobolo ama afọ ya. Ife dị mma sịsọ ka ị ga-afụ. Uke ama so ya. Ego ga-abịa inwe aka ọkụ aka ị ga-ajụ oyi. Ka ego ịbịa ka ọnọdụ. Ka ofe bịa ka awele bịa. Ka ife dị mma bịa. Ka ife niile dị mma bịa. Maka na chiefu kwe chiade efo ugo njọ. Chiefu efopụta anyị n'aha ọfụ. Aha ọfụ ga-eme anyị ọfụma. Anyị ama afụ uke, anyị ama afụ idobulu, anyị ama afụ ese. Anya ndị ilu ama afụ anyị ma anyị ama afụkwa eziwe. Ise. Okay. Chiefu kwe chiade efu ugo njọ. Chiefu efopụta anyị n'aha ọfụ na aha ọfụ ga-eme anyị ọfụma. Ike nne m anyị nzue anyị nne m onye nne m ma nne m ka ịmapụla anyị ife ọbụla anọchila anyị ụzọ ka ịmabatala anyị ife dị mma. Anyị nne m onwere na onye je ya ọgụ fụ isi onwe emarịkwa na nzukọ n'obodo anyị ka ife dị mma bịa ka ego bata ka ọmụmụ bịa nọdụ ka anyị fụ ife dị mma sịsọ ka ife dị mma fụ anyị ama nwụkwa na ibe anyị nwụ na agụ amagụgbu anyị maka na ọgwụ bụ ibe anyị. Anyị ama fụ uke maka na uke na-elueli na ọma alụkwa ebe anyị nọ. Fesika malụ ebe anyị nọ. Eseni dobolo amalụ ife anyị nọ. Anyị ama jikwa okwu mmadụ bujila ọnụ bujila isi. Na-edukwenu enyi. Sebụlụ ụwa. Na-edukwa enyi. Dupụta enyi ụzọ. Chim jibi ụwa. Biko nekwe m. Gbapụtakwana m azụ. Chenyi ya gbapụtakwana anyị azụ. Chenyi enyekwana anyị ụka. Ya na-edupụta enyi. Na-agọsi anyị ebe anyị ga-esi anyị watu. Ntị anyị ga-eje na-anụ okwu. Na-anụ ifu asị anyị mee. Na wagwa. So let me do a simple rundown in English for those of you that don't understand very well. So in essence, I have prayed to say that we will not meet evil on the way, and the evil will not meet us, and our paths will be free of obstacles, and that our chi will not back us. Our chi will always walk with us and walk with us, and that ofe and awele, if you read my newsletter, you already know what ofe and awele is, will always look at us, and our ears will be open to when they are giving us instructions so that we can follow it to the letter. Because sometimes we get these instructions, we hear it, we don't do anything with it. So by the time we act, it becomes too late. So that our ear will be active, that as we are hearing, we are doing. Most importantly, that when morning comes, it will stay. And if our hands are hot when it receives money that makes it come and go, it will come and it will stay. Our hands will be cool and calm to receive and let it stay. So we are no longer working against ourselves. All right, moving on straight into this year's reading. I really love this year's energy. Like, I can't even lie, I love the energy that this year is coming with. It's coming with Ọmụmụ. It's always symbolizes bounty, multiples, something that never comes as one. It's always in multiples, in duplicate, in not duplicates, but in multiples, like plenty. Not they be one thing, they be multiple things at once. And never comes alone. Never comes alone. It comes with awele. Our prayer is that whatever we receive shall be multiplied, okay, and it will always be enough for us. Trees bring so much positive energy, things that come in twos, in multiples, never one, and specifically comes with Ọmụmụ. So Ọmụmụ never comes alone. Ọmụmụ comes with awele. So our prayer this year is that no galolani kifedi mabia, right? So moving on swiftly to the other parts of this year's reading. This year, our relationship with money is going to be very good. So if you haven't already healed your relationship with money, you should be working towards healing your relationship with money. So if your relationship with money is not good, if you have a love and hate relationship with money, my prayer for you this year is that your hand be calm and open to receive. That's my prayer for you if you haven't already started your journey on healing your relationship with money. But even as you heal your relationship with money, this is quite essential so that the money comes in and the money stays. The money might come in and it goes right into something else that you might be able to account for or unable to account for. So that so that when the money comes in, it will stay. Okay? Also the year for growth and practical. Practice all that you have learned, the things that you know. And if you're just starting off on your spiritual journey, be patient with yourself. Don't jump into things before you actually understand what they are and what is exactly required of you. So be patient with yourself. Learn, unlearn, relearn. Okay? This is not a marathon. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. So pace yourself. Be gentle with yourself, be kind with yourself, and that's the only way to grow. Also, let us look at our choices. What are the choices that we are making? Are we creating these choices, or we're just taking what is offered, like basic two options that are in front of us? We just choose one and think that we've made a choice. Are you, like football, say, are you creating passes, right? So create passes for yourself in terms of choice. Self-advocate is very important. To self-advocate for yourself. What do you want? Try to see if all the things that you are doing can be done on your own terms, in the terms that actually favor you, not choosing one of the lesser two evils. When you actually create a path for yourself, then the choices are yours, and you know that these things actually suit you or they don't suit you. So that is what Mo is saying. Mo is saying create as many passes as you can. Deal with people from your own point. If it really doesn't work for you, if it's not working for you, maybe it's not a thing for you, free them, leave and make it go. And that's the only way that you can even make space for new things in your life. So don't hold on to things too much. If it doesn't look like it's going to work, leave them. You need to understand that it is the choices that you make that determine the rewards that you get. So if more is directing you to go another way and you decide to jump on something else and you don't get the reward that you expect, that you still are expecting, it's nobody's fault. That is why, in the last thing that I said to you, I said, dot your I's, cross your T's. That ignorance of not knowing what to do or how to do it doesn't escape the consequence of that choice that you have taken, knowingly or unknowingly. Also, there is nothing like unmerited favor in this part. I don't know. If there are other spiritual places and practices that's where they do unmerited favor, it doesn't work here. If it's a favor that is unmerited, once it comes in, it's going to go straight into a leaking pocket. You don't want that. So because you don't want that, you are only looking at unexpected favors. When it's unexpected, it means that it's still coming to you. It's rightfully yours. You're not getting it from scratching and scraping or being underhanded or asking for things that you haven't deserved. It is something that is rightfully yours that you deserve, but it's just coming at an unexpected time. That is much more better than unmerited favor. You don't need that. So anything that you haven't worked for, that you're not getting from your own sweat, is going straight into a leaking pocket. Know that and no peace. There is no shortcut to that. More is saying, let us be careful. Oh yes, and for my ladies, gather around. Gather around. More is saying, be careful of relationships that use your energy and your essence to be powered. These are relationships that, can't say if they are good or bad for you, but more is saying that be careful and beware of relationships that use your essence and your energy to power. I'm not talking about soul ties, please. It's not soul ties. So there are people who see your energy and know that you're not at a place where you can harness that energy, and they use it before you. Yeah. So you should be careful about being in those spaces. You will know that you're in those spaces because every time you get out of that space, you feel depleted. Every time you get out of that place, you're a little angry with yourself. Space, or you leave that space, you're a little angry at yourself, but you still don't know what or why where your pepper body is coming from. But you notice that there's sharp pepper body there, but you don't know why or how, what is causing the pepper body. So more is saying that watch yourself, watch your energy, and know that those relationships do not serve you. So know the kind of places that you find yourself. And my brothers, okay, come closer. I want to tell you something. More is saying that a lot of you, many of you, take without putting back. So this is about reciprocity. Is that a word? Reciprocating. That I don't know. I don't even know if it exists. Before God become. Okay, please let me be serious, Nico. So more is saying that people know how to take, and not put back. So Biko, reciprocate, because that's how this life is. That's how balance is created. So think on that. My neurodivergent brothers and sisters, more is saying that one of the ways to reset your pathways is to work closely with the moon. So you get on a different time and frequency that helps you feel less burnout and be even more productive. So work closely with the moon. All right. In all of this, healing, it's very important. Doing your comprehensive healing work is very important, because there is nothing that you're doing that you're working backwards, because that means where are you going? So healing, comprehensive healing, start your comprehensive healing journey, because when you unlearn patterns and break the loops, then it means that in 2023 you are able to make decisions that don't keep you in those circles. It also helps you recognize those patterns that keep you in that loop. So when you remember these patterns, when you know these patterns, when you study them, when you're used to your emotions and stop treating your emotions like it's the enemy or it's an alien or it's something that you should be ashamed of, nor acknowledge, right? Then it becomes a problem. So when you know all of these things and you have begun your healing journey and understanding how some of those things, and you know how some of these things cause disease for your body and in your body, then you know what to do or how to be. And then you find yourself. So you find yourself, when you find yourself, all of these things are no longer new to you. So healing journey, begin it. You can't walk backwards and expect results. It's not working. It will not work. It has never worked. Moving forward, there is also no place that you're going walking backwards. When you're dealing with people and you're cheating them and you're being underhanded and you're scraping and grabbing and taking where you're not supposed to take, universe is going to balance itself. And when the universe balances itself, those people will be wronged. If you cheat them on Monday, by Friday, the universe will reset. If you cheat them on Nke by Unko, the universe will reset and balance will be restored. So whether you acknowledge it or not, some of the things that happen to you are actually justice and karma coming for you. But the thing is, we always expect karma to be very loud. We think that it has to look a certain way for it to be karma. No, karma is no respecter of persons, and justice will be restored whether you believe it or not, whether you acknowledge it or not. Nobody's asking for your permission for that, because like I said, if you do it on Monday, by Friday, don't restore. If you do it on a day by Unko, everything will realign back, because that's how justice works. Nobody takes permission from you, no matter who you are. Now, when you are upright and deal with people in the way that you're supposed to deal with them, when you honor agreements that you've had with people, when you go back ayoto and not cheat people, you will never scrape, beg. No, you won't. Even when it looks like that's what you're doing, that's not what you're doing. That's not what you're doing. Even when you're like expecting that the results are instant, it might not be instant, but believe me, you're not scraping, scratching, begging, and scraping from the ground. No. Your reward is always guaranteed. When you keep your hands clean and be upright, every good thing that will come to you will get to you in due time, regardless. So I need you to believe that. Mo is also saying, don't worry about it. So also watch how you spend. If you spend impulsively, maybe you might want to put a cap on that, a lid on that, and be careful with your spending. Because even though we believe in spiritual things, we are still on the physical plane. So the things on the physical plane still apply to all year bonds. You know, you like sparkly things and you make a lot of impulsive purchases without actually thinking it through. You'd be like, if I perish, I perish. Maybe you might want to watch that a bit. Do you think it's something you can do? This actually applies to everybody, but especially those older people. Now, if your sense of justice is heightened, Mo is saying that don't follow it through, that you begin to neglect the things and the people who matter to you, that they no longer matter, or they start to feel that they don't matter. So find a balance when you're pursuing justice, especially for those Unko people, Unko bonds. Now, Mo is also saying, let us embrace our darkness, because it is in the darkness that we create the most. It is in the dark that our best selves are bettered. It is when we embrace the dark that good things will come to us, that we can see that we gain clarity. So Mo is saying that embrace the dark. It's not the enemy, especially for the K-bonds. Also, put a lid on your temper, okay? And then for my carefree cuckoos, maybe you might want to be a little bit more thoughtful. That's for these are for bonds especially. This applies to everybody. All of these readings apply to everybody, but when I say especially for, then for the people who are very duty bound, who have quite big traditional values, and all of that. My question is, at what time and at what point do you think you're going to focus on yourself? At what point do you think that you are part of the duty? At what point are you going to make yourself part of that duty that you love so much? Why do you put everybody else before you put yourself? What do you even remember to put yourself as part of the duties? So you owe yourself that you are part of the duty. And this is especially for people. You tend to lose yourself in all of this things. You're a bit carefree, but you're also still family oriented, so you tend to lose yourself in that. Try to find balance between your carefree self and the part of you that is really duty and family oriented. Remember that you okay. I think that is the last of the things that for this new year. If there's any other thing, I will send it to you in the newsletter. So if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, try and subscribe to that newsletter. Okay. So my prayer for us this year is that now that our soup will be enough for our meal. It will not finish halfway through the meal. It will not even finish before we put it on fire. It will not finish. It will be enough last. And that all that we want, we are going to get. And that the eyes of the evil ones will not see us, and us too will not see them. Because sometimes they're not looking, you should carry yourself there. Us too, we will not see them. Also is that we will be more in tune with our chi, so that when it says jump, we say how high. That we'll trust our ancestors, our chi, our guardian spirits, and all the things and that came with us and work with us. That we'll trust in them implicitly, knowing that they have got us covered. My prayer also, most importantly, is that when money comes in, money will stay. Money will love us enough to come and stay with us. That our hands will be calm enough and open and ready to receive. Money is something we really don't talk about enough in the spiritual community. It's actually something that we do not address very well in this. I'm hoping that we'll be able to remedy that, because again, like I always tell you, you are a spiritual being, but you're on the physical plane. And because you're on the physical plane, physical things apply to you. There is no how you want to be spiritual, spirit, cocoa, spirit, whatever. You still need to pay your bills. If you enter Keke now, you need to pay. You're not going to tell them whatever and they will leave you. So, and that is why markets exist, because there is an exchange that needs to go, and this exchange has to do with money. So, we're always trading. Okay, so, and we cannot ignore the currency, whatever it is at the time. If we are doing trade by barter, it's still a form of currency exchange. Okay. So I think that we need to understand this, and because we don't talk about money enough, a lot of people approach money from only the blood money perspective. If you heal your relationship with money, if you understand how it works, if you understand why it should come and stay with you, then you wouldn't even be worried. Then you wouldn't think of blood money. So I hope that you're able to heal your relationship with money this year. I hope that Ọmụmụ comes and stays in your house. I also hope that you will find favor and that your path will be free from obstacles. My prayer for you also this year is that you will choose yourself the way that you carry other people's matter on their head, that you will carry on your head, that you will carry your own matter on your head like that, that you will see yourself, love yourself, and that every time you say that you love yourself, the action and the words will match. My prayer for you this year is that all that you ask for, you will get. My prayer for you this year is that you're able to practice all that you have learned. My prayer for you this year is that you will be your own person and shut the noise out so that you can grow and live a purposeful life that you came here. Guys, I think that's enough prayer for one day. You know, we're going to stay here and pray and pray and pray and pray and pray. So go do what you need to do. Don't forget. So I hope that by now you would have written how you want your you would have finished writing how you want your 2023 to go. Okay. And if you have done that, good for you. If you haven't done that, it's not too late. Start now. When you wake up, it's your morning. Start today. So I wish you love. I wish you light. I wish you peace. I wish you joy. I wish you laughter. Whatever you're looking for, you will get. If you're looking for a job, it will find you. If you're hoping to start a business, you will get the means to do that. If you're looking for a child, that child will find you and bless you. Okay? Have a wonderful new year. 2023 is going to be such an amazing year. And I really hope that every single one of you will be able to partake in the goodness and the blessings that 2023 has brought. Okay? Know that you matter, you're enough, and that you are loved. If there's any part of this New Year message that resonates with you, share it with your friends. Maybe one or two parts will resonate with them as well. Okay? Share this video. Save so that you can go to it later. Alright? Bye.